that to complete the GL module.
Start
so
recording.
first thing, yeah, sure.
Continue.
Okay, so the topics that we have with us is that, so first thing is budget, and then we have mass allocation. So mass allocation, wherein we will discuss about the calculation manager, wherein we will set the rules, certain rules, and we'll see the use case we will see. So for what we will use the mass allocation functionality, and how do we do the setup, and what are the basic business requirements that you might have. Okay, so that we will discuss. And budget, as you know, it's for the expenses that you do. So we will see how we will configure the system and Oracle to set up the budget, this thing. Okay, and then the third thing that we have is that financial reports. So when we say financial reports, so the first thing that we have is that FRS. FRS is nothing but Financial Reporting Studio. Okay, and then we have the second thing, so that is account group, or we can say account inquiry. So we have two things here. So one is that we have separate report called account analysis, which will give you the balance as of date, whatever we are giving in the parameter. So that is entirely different. So what I'm referring here as an account group is that something that we can visualize or we can see in the application or UI, user interface. Okay, and then we have account inspector. Okay, and lastly we have the smart view. So smart view reports are something that you can view it in your Excel sheet. So basically this will be connected with Sbase database. Okay, so you will find something called an Sbase DB. Okay, so you will connect with this particular DB and you will build your reports. Okay, so it is kind of a drag and drop where you can build your own report. You don't need the technical assistance in this part. Okay, so this is what we are left with, and these are the things that we wanted to look at. Okay, for today. So I'll start with the third item. Okay, and then we'll subsequently we'll see budget and the mass allocation also. Okay, so meanwhile, if you have any question or you have any query, that you can stop me. Okay, we can discuss. Okay, so firstly, I'll start with Smart View. Talking about the report. So apart from that, we have the OTBI report as well. That is again the drag and drop configurations. Okay, so that we will see as part of the other subledger module. So let's say payables and receivables. So we'll see there. So how we will set up the OTBI reports, and how do we use the formula column, and what are the options that we have there. So how do we build our drag and drop reports, and how do we visualize? So these things we will see when we look at payable module. So for now, these are the reporting things that we are looking at. Okay. Yeah. So I'll start with Smart View. Okay. So Smart View, this is an add-in. So firstly, I'll open this Excel sheet. Okay. So we will have to add this Excel, I mean the add-in. So I'll show where we will add this. Okay. Yeah. So before that, I'll show you. So what are the options that we will have? So here you can see this is Smart View. Okay. So you can download it from this one. Okay. So you can simply type here. Okay, so wherein you'll have to log in using Oracle credentials. So probably if you have the credentials, you can log in, or I can share you the installation, this thing. Okay, so that is just install. You will give install. So once that is installed, so you'll have to close your all Microsoft applications, So if you have Outlook, you'll have to close that, and if you have Excel or Word, you'll have to close it. So once that installation is done, so you will have this screen, this you populated, so wherein you can see the smart view. Okay, so now in the smart view, nowhere you will find this DB connection. So how do you set up this connection? Is that so? You can see here the panel. If you click this panel, so you will see two things. So one is that private connection. So private connection is something that if you have the environment set up locally, so you can use private connections. But what we have is that cloud connections. Okay, so you can see here, so whatever you used last, so you will see here. Okay, but what I'm doing is that, so probably I'll set up this instance for the first time. Okay, since we have the new environment, so I'll use this. So I'll click shared connections. Okay, so before that, let me click this options. So here I'll have to give this environment link. Okay, so what I will do is that, so this is our application. Okay, so I'll just take this from here. I'll take till here. Okay, so you can just replace this option. Okay, so rest you can leave as it is, which means that you'll have the slash workspace slash smart view providers. Okay, so once it is done, maybe you can say okay. So now again click the shared connections. Okay, so you'll have to input your login credentials. So just give me a moment. Sorry, just give me a moment. Okay, so I've just reshared my screen. Okay, so this is my username and this is my password. Okay, so now here you can see that the connection has started. So you can click Oracle space. So there will be two things. So one is that Hyperion financial reporting. So this is for different purpose. So this is kind of an FRS. So for FRS we will not use Excel based because that is not user friendly. So for FRS we will use this Web Studio. So I'm using this only for the purpose of smart view reports. Okay, so I'll connect
Arun, what is FRS stands for? Dhananya.
okay, so I'll just extend this. So since this is
Arun,
hello,
Lavanya here.
yeah, yeah,
Could you just recap, quickly, like shortly, like
yeah,
what was,
sure,
like, how did you
yeah,
download that?
yeah, sure. So what we discussed is that, so these are the topics that we planned for today. Okay,
Yeah.
so I started with Smart View. Okay,
Hmm.
so apart from that, these are the financial reporting parts that we'll look at. And then we have mass allocation and then we have the budget part. Okay, so this is what we have planned for today. and I just gave introduction for the smart report. So wherein you can just install. So that will ask for the your Oracle login. Okay, so which I'll not be able to log in right now. So you
Okay,
can
so you
install.
downloaded the Smart Pay spreadsheet from the desktop downloader, is it? Like where you downloaded that?
So you have this one. I think it is education or partner
Okay,
store, I think. So
okay.
from there, I downloaded this Smart View. So
Mm.
once you download and install, so then
Mm.
you'll have this tab called Smart View.
Okay, okay, got it. Yeah.
So once you get this and your application is ready, so you'll have to click this panel. So
Mm.
once you click this panel, so it will ask you for the shared connection.
Mm.
Okay, maybe I'll
Okay,
just close this. And,
panel. Mm.
yeah, so you'll have to give your shared connection. So before that, so here you are seeing this option. Okay, I think, yeah, just give me a moment. I think the page is frozen. Okay, so I have installed already. Okay, so you are seeing this smart view. So once you have installed smart view, so here you have options. So here you have your shared link. So this is how we are connecting with Oracle. So now I'm taking the instance details. So wherein I'm copying only these item and I'm pasting it here. Okay, so which means still this one .com. So after this, we will have workspace slash smart view providers. So once you're done with this, so just click OK. Okay, so you'll have your shared connection. So you can just click this, and so if you have already done it, so you'll find it here, recently used item. You can simply click this, or if you're doing it for the first time, you can click this option, shared connections. Okay, so here you can give your login credentials. Okay, so once that is done, so it will ask for your connection. So just click this one, first option, that is Oracle Airspace. So this is where we were. Okay, so then you'll have to extend this space cluster. So you'll find your chart of accounts. Okay, so since this is in test environment, you're finding a lot of chart of accounts that is defined, but in real time you'll have only your chart of accounts that is defined. Okay, so for now I'm taking this one. Sorry, not UK, US chart of accounts. Okay, so just click on the DB.
Arun, I have
Yeah,
a small.
yeah.
You can hear me, right? Okay. So what in the Excel when you say to the start of account, so it will be the chart of account instance, whatever we define, that's being populated here. So that's a purpose of redefining the COA instance here, the structure instance in Fusion.
No, COA structure instance is what we are trying to connect, but we here we are trying to establish the connection between Oracle server
No,
and
no,
the Excel.
no. When you had selecting the COA structure, right? From
Right,
SPS, so the all this the values that gets populated, it is the
right,
COA structure instance that we defined will be
right,
populated here, right?
right, right.
Uh, okay, so that's the purpose of redefining it. I mean, we define something called COA structure and then the structure instance, right? So if
Yeah,
we
that is
define
correct.
multiple, uh,
Yeah, Yeah,
Okay.
that is correct. So that is the purpose, and also for the, I mean, that you will know is for, yeah, that's correct.
Mhm. Okay.
So my point was that primarily for the transaction purpose and also for the reporting purpose. So that's what I'm trying to say.
So here it is only we can do the data manipulation, right? I cannot enter any
Correct.
new data. Okay.
No,
Okay.
we cannot enter any this thing. So it's only for the purpose of viewing the data.
Got
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just click on the DB, and if you click this more, so you will find something called Query Designer. Okay. So if you click this Query Designer, what will happen is that it will open POV, see the point of view. Okay.
Arun,
So
I'm not
once,
sure if the view is a better view. It seems to be very small. Can you increase the size? Or I'm not sure it's only for me. Rest of them are able to do see properly.
okay, I mean,
Lavanya, are you able to see properly, or the line the letters are very small when he looks at the options?
Yeah, then for me it's better, no? I can audio also better, video also better.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Right
probably
side, you can see view full screen. Right side view is, no, you can see the content, view full screen and hide the people at top. So you can have a full screen.
Yeah, you can zoom in inside also.
yeah,
1.5 times, or
yeah. I'll do that. Then. Thanks.
if you see on the right, below more, above more than just above more on the right end,
Yeah, got it. Yeah, thanks.
there.
okay, yeah, yeah, fine.
Yeah, Arun, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, fine. So, so I have just used this option. So if you click more, so we have connected with the environment. So the next step is to build the skeleton or the template, how we want to look at the report. Okay, so for this, I'm using this query designer. So the moment I click this query designer, so I'll have this option, the point of view. Okay, so point of view is something like a multi-dimensional data, so wherein you can use this row and column. Okay, and you can drag and drop the columns. So these are the available columns, so wherein you have your chart of account basically, and then you'll have your ledger, and then you'll have your accounting period, and then you'll have your currency and the balance amount, whether you want to look at the PTD, YTD, or how do you want to see the data. So these are the information basically that we will have. Okay, so here, let's say I don't want to see ledger. I want to see, let's say, accounts. So probably I can simply drag this and put it here. Okay. And ledger, I don't need to have it on top. So I'll just put it back here. And probably let me say accounting period will be here. Okay. So I have kept this one. So that is accounting period as my column, and the GL account segment as my row. Okay, so now firstly I'll have to pick this member. So member is nothing but the value that we are trying to pick here. Okay, So now to pick the member, so I'll click this. So the moment you click this, so there will be a dialog box that will be opened. So here, so this is a standard sample that will be given by Oracle. So we'll have to push it back to the left side. So once this is done, so we can take the respective period. So for now, I'll take this period. Okay, and I'll say okay. So similarly, I'll just pick for the account as well. So when we say account, so we have two things. So if we have the accounting hierarchy that is defined already in the system, so we can use the accounting hierarchy, or probably if we want to look at only the specific accounts, the individual accounts, so we can do that as well. So to see the individual accounts, so we'll have to expand this option, and just drag and drop these options. Okay, so let me check for the hierarchy. Okay, so as you can see here, so we have set of hierarchies that is defined. So I'll use this these accounts. Okay, so I'll just say okay.
Arun, when you say hierarchy,
Yeah.
it is the alternate hierarchy or the parent-child relationship here?
Parent and child hierarchy. It is actually the parent and child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There is something called alternate hierarchy, right? Will that will also be populated here or not?
No, alternative hierarchy, it will not be populated here. So it is only the parent and child hierarchy that we have
Okay.
defined. So that
Okay.
is what you can pull here.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
What is under scenario?
Okay. Scenario. Just a moment. So scenario is basically what you have as an PTD, or you have what you call the budget. So these options.
Okay.
So if you have a master allocation and you have certain data there and you are pulling those information here, so you can say allocated. Or if you have the accumulation of allocations, you want to see the total allocation, so you can say allocations. I mean the total allocations. Similarly, budget. So these are basically from EPM modules. So since it is test environment, I'm not sure uh, these are probably the test environment details that we are getting it, but in the fresh instance, what you will see is that basically the actual allocated total for allocations. Okay, and once you have enabled your budget, these two details as well. Okay, so since we have implemented the EPM as well in this test environment, so we are seeing this EPM. So if you haven't touched this module, so you will not see these two options.
What is CPM?
EPM.
What does CPM stand for? I don't know.
EPM is basically the planning module. So enterprise planning IT.
Management.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it is enterprise planning management. So wherein you can use it for the advanced budget, wherein you can connect or integrate with the other application for the budgeting.
Mm-hmm.
And also you have the ARCS, account reconciliation. These things are there. And apart from that, financial close consolidation, FCCS. So that is there. So these are the combination of EPM.
Okay. And here when the scenario, it is all predefined, right? So when
Yeah,
we enable it, total
yeah,
for allocation means it will show the before the mass allocation is run, will it show like how much is the amount that is available for the allocations? So
yeah.
when the
So
mass
once,
allocation, okay. So for
yeah.
that,
So
do we need to have any specific setup done in the UI?
yeah, so we will have to do this calculation manager. So wherein we'll have to set up the rule and the rule set. So once that is done, so we'll have to generate this allocations. So once that is done, so the data will populate here. So
Okay.
after you, uh, yeah,
Okay, so before the allocation, allocated is
yeah,
once the journal is being created, then it will show up the
right.
journals to those. Okay, got it.
Right. Okay, so you can basically as per your need, so you can pick your this thing amount type. So I'm picking PTD, so probably you can pick for YTD and QTD as well. Okay, so which means I'm running only for this particular period 0923.
Arun, actually, in real time, in which scenarios we use the smart view reports?
So smart view reports are optional, so it's not all the implementations that will have smart views. So specifically in our last implementation, so wherein they asked for the smart view, because this is like a drag and drop wherein user can do it. So we gave training to them in order to access it. Because if you see, so this smart view can be used even for your balance sheet and your profit and loss statements and these things. But only thing that you have here is that in order to write your the calculations, so that is where you'll have issue with this. But apart from that, if you want to see the account balance in real time, so what you can do is that simply you can drag and drop, and here you will find visualize, wherein you can export this uh, data into this one Excel. Excel output. You can get it, and also you can send it as an email. So that is one thing. And then you have this drill down option wherein you can connect with the application and see the account balances. And this is again real time. So the moment you refresh, if there are 10 transactions that is entered and posted, so immediately you can see here. So it's
Mm.
again the business call, but the purpose is that basically it gives you easy control in order to see the data basically.
Okay, okay.
I
Is it any different from the custom reports? Like, of course, I understand the drill down will not be available in the custom reports. Apart from that, can we achieve something different from here to the custom reports or seeded reports Oracle has provided?
No, seeded reports, if you see, so so as you said, one thing you will not have drill down, and second thing it involves technical teams assistance. So probably you'll have to wait. So let's say I'm in auditing, so I wanted to raise CR, and then the development starts, and then so there is a time consuming activity. So instead, if
Okay.
you give this, so simply they can drag and drop and they can pull the report. So that's the purpose. But apart from that, whatever you are seeing in the custom report, the same information you are going to see here. Probably there are some restriction wherein in the custom report you can pull any column from wherever you want. So as per your template, you can build it in the
Mm.
BA. but here you have certain fields, so you can only drag and drop between these fields.
Okay, got it. Okay. And one more question I think you have covered, but I did not listen. We need to, as a functional consultant, we will be gathering the requirement and we will build the report, or we need to train the end user and they will be coming up with this report.
We will only give the training. So I have seen for two projects. So for the two projects also, I did not prepare this. So I just prepared as a sample case on different demo sessions and these things. And we have given training. So the report building and these parts are taken by the business users. So we'll give only the training. So the report will be built by them, the users.
Okay, got it. Okay.
I think Sandhya, if we have the smart view, right, they can have something like a common user and thing. They don't have to give access to the Oracle. So anyone with an accounting department, right, they don't need to go log into the URL. They can actually come here, just pull the data, which will be dynamic, right? It's yes,
Okay.
space immediately it comes in, and the accounting department, usually we will have in accounts department, each person, if it's a big concern, of course, they will have report only, okay, what is for each account, we will have it, right? If it's an expense account, even in the expense account you will have so many types, so they will have, they can pull their report on this, so they don't need to have much functionality what we build it in custom report, right? So they
Okay.
all use the same report again and again and again. So instead of they we running the report in the system and then getting it, Excel is what they all use it, right? I
Right.
think from there Oracle came up for this, but it will
Oh,
be purely, as Arun said, it should be only on the business users end, and training alone is enough, because it's all limited value. You have it, you play around with that. They can't do much. They will not go manipulate the data there. It's only the reporting things they can do it, right? That's my thing. I'm thinking.
okay. Got it, got it.
Mm.
Yeah, actually, I have seen few issues where they come up with the smart view installation issues. That do we have any documents for that, or how does it work? Like,
So documents I don't have as of now with me. So probably if you come across any issue, probably I can help with it.
okay,
Uh, because I don't have documents with me, so I just
sure.
explored it, and so that's all. So I don't have document with me. So probably I'll check if I can find some. Uh, so if I get something, so I'll just post it in the group.
Yeah. If I
Meanwhile,
have
if
any
you,
specific questions regarding that, I will let you know. I will
yeah, yeah,
post it. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so here, so there are a few small things so that I can highlight. So one thing is that, so this is from the hierarchy that we are building. So okay, so as a whole, if you look at it, so you'll have zero value. So if you double click this, or probably if you zoom in, so you'll have more details to it. Okay, so it's basically for the each value you'll have. So if I extend this, so since this is the latest period, so probably the transaction count is less, so that's why we are seeing only for the few values. Okay, and yeah, so that's what it is. And probably if you want to change the alias, so let's say here we are seeing only the account code, not the account description. So what you can do is that, so you can have the alias. So based on this alias, so you'll have the description populated. So this is basically from the hierarchy. So it's not allowing to change the alias, because the way that they have built this particular hierarchy is with this one, all corporate, wherein they have separated with 10000 to 1100, so something like this. So if we give the actual values, so we will have the description populated here. So the option is here, so that is change alias. So this is one thing. And then if you want to change the member selection, so you can just click this member selection and you can change your selection.